Hey y'all, we're going to go ahead and make an easy Brunswick stew. I have 8 cups of water here and I have my fire on. And to this, we are going to add in 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon plus 2 teaspoons. And we're going to make a seasoning that we're going to put in here as well. So 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon and 8 cups of water. Alright, we're making a seasoning blend, but we're not going to use this whole thing. I'm going to store the rest of it and use it for something else. So I have 1/3 cup of seasoned salt. You need 1/4 cup of regular salt, 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic or garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of onion powder. I mean, it's like an all-purpose seasoning. And now we're just going to mix this all together. And we're going to use 1 tablespoon of this inside of our pot. So once you get this all mixed up, you're just going to take a tablespoon of this. We're going to put it in our pot. If everybody can like and share, that would greatly appreciate it. I have family cookbooks that are available. I'll put the link above and below and ways to order that. If you're on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, follow us on YouTube. Also, I'm going to use rotisserie chicken. So just a whole rotisserie chicken. Normally, I use chicken breast and I boil it in our liquid, and then once it's cooked I take it out. I'm not going to do that this time. So I will put the recipe above this post of the way you can do it without rotisserie chicken. Alright, so let's go ahead and put 1 tablespoon in there. And I'm going to go ahead and stir this around. And I'm getting this nice and hot. Right, now you want 1 diced onion, and we're going to throw that in here. Now if you have 1 pepper, which is about 1/2 cup of like a yellow pepper, you can use any kind of pepper you want. You're going to put it in here. I don't have a pepper, I'm going to use dry bell peppers. So I get bell peppers that are dried on Amazon. I've also seen them on Target online. I'm going to use 1/2 cup of them. And these again are dried. I also dehydrate my own. This is 1/4 cup. And I'm going to do 1/2 cup. And we're going to let them sit for about 5 minutes. Let's throw in 2 tablespoons of butter. Let's add in 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, let's add in our Worcestershire sauce, and that's 1 tablespoon. Add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Now we're going to add in 1/3 cup. I'm going to use the Carolina Gold barbecue from Duke's because I like the flavor of it. 1/3 cup of that. Again, you can use whatever barbecue sauce that you and your family prefer. I'm going to throw that in here. Now we're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Now you can use fresh tomatoes, fresh corn, and fresh potatoes if you want, but I'm just going to use the can today because it's easier for me to get something on the table. 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. We're going to add in a large can of fire roasted crushed tomatoes. Alright, y'all, so 28 ounces of crushed fire roasted tomatoes. Now you're going to need a can of whole corn, and you're going to need this drained. And you're going to need a can of diced potatoes, and you want this drained as well. And again, you can use all fresh if you have it, no big deal. Alright, y'all, so now you need a can of cream style corn. And we're going to dump that in here. And then a can of diced tomatoes. And a lot of this I'm using no salt added, but you can pick and choose if you want to do that or not. I'm going to let this cook for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to add in my picked rotisserie chicken. So I will see you back here in about 20 minutes. Alright, y'all, so after about 20 minutes, you're going to add in a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a quarter of a teaspoon of liquid smoke, you're going to add in a quarter of a cup, and I'm using honey barbecue. And then we're going to add in our rotisserie chicken. And then we're going to let this cook for another 20 minutes. Alright, y'all, it's all in there. So let's give this a stir and let this cook down for about 20 more minutes. Alright, y'all, it's all done. So if you want to add some more potatoes or some more corn, you can go ahead and do that. Use your favorite barbecue sauce. Again, you can use fresh corn, fresh potatoes if you want. The choice is yours. Just remember to like and share, and the cookbook will be listed above and below. I hope everybody gives this a try and has a wonderful day.